Sorry, I'm a little tiny bit late here, guys. Sorry. Had a little mishap, a little chip on his horn up here, and something booped his nose because when I opened my studio, the wind blew in and knocked this over and knocked Daredevil over. My whole world is caving in. I'm on a plane in 3 days. A date with the devil, my face. Can't keep my feet on the ground. Can't keep my feet on the ground. What's up, Gambit? Hi, Jen. You break it, you buy it. There's Jody. So yeah, Daredevil booped his nose and broke his horn when my board fell over, knocked this off, and his head went spinning on the floor. Oh shit, both horns are broke. That's cool. Battle scars. I'll put a little dollop of paint on there and boop his nose with some paint. And oh, look, he broke his neck too. Poor bastard. Shit's just breaking today. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Where to start? Um, I gotta dump my nasty ass paint water out. Oh no, it's an easy fix, Gambit. Do I look scared? Oh my god, dude. Ah, ow. And the pieces, of course, that broke off are so tiny. I'm never gonna find them. Not gonna try. Oh. And here I am, like staring at the ground, like, huh? Did they fall off somewhere? They're so small. I couldn't. I mean, I would need like pinhead tweezers to pick the thing up and fix it. So, yeah, glue or baking soda. Yeah, I'm not. This is already a science experiment. Just printing this thing. I'm not gonna bother with that. A little bit of paint. A little bit of paint, and we'll be just fine. Just a little battle scar. Let's see. Go, Gotta check on something here. A little. Oh my God! Really? What? Sorry, guys. I'm dealing with a little something here. Um. Oh. I'm gonna have to mute my microphone for a second here. Hang on. No, I had to mute my microphone. A little bit of misunderstanding going on apparently. And the misunderstanding, this is there's none of this shit needs to be repeated, but it's a misunderstanding on my behalf. It's my fault. So yeah, shit happens. We'll get it sorted out, hopefully. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I am not a perfect person. Sometimes I have senior moments and I misunderstand what somebody might have been explaining to me, and I mix things up. And that's what happened. So I'm coming to learn that it was advised to me originally, and names aren't important. I mean, at least not in this case. It was advised to me, and very good advice too, by the way, that I should try using StreamYard and Streamlabs and not OBS software because OBS is really difficult to use. And honestly, I mixed them up. I was thinking the opposite direction. For some reason, I had it confused in my head that OBS software was something I could use that was easy, which it is not. And Streamlabs or StreamYard was easier. Well, now I know. Now I know that I fucked up and confused the two. And so I'm going to be downloading Streamlabs and StreamYard because I trust this person's advice in very, very much. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So, um, whoever you are out there that advised me to use Streamlab and StreamYard instead of OBS, if you're listening, I am so sorry about the confusion on my behalf. And I'm going to be looking into that other software. And that's all I need to say about that, really, at least for now. Um, so this is just some the primer paint that I use to paint. Um, Now you got music back. I'm sorry. Sorry. Just had to handle some. Just had to handle a little some real quick. Yeah, use whatever works best for you. But see, I honestly, I'm naive. I don't know what works best for me. All I know is fucking OBS is pretty fucking complicated. And the person who had recommended me to use something else, um, because it's easier, is 100% correct. I'm assuming because I got to check out Streamlabs because I've been confused as fuck as to how to use OBS, and it's not phone user friendly either. So yeah, it's my fault. I'm just a fuck up. What can I say? You tried OBS because everyone else uses it, but I see that that's probably where I got confused because so many people were using it, and all three programs were mentioned. And like I can't be fed too much information. I have ADD. I get confused on shit, man. Oh boy, it is what it is. I'm digging on this base though. It's looking cool. What's up, Minus? Minus the machine again. Welcome to the channel, dude. I hope you did a kickflip on the way over. Yeah, no, the person that recommended OBS to me was 100% correct. Like, I just simply got confused. That's all. It's not a big deal. Not to me, anyways. Make no mistake though, if I'm ever gonna like say something bad or something about someone or anything, I'll say it to their face first. And I have nothing bad to say about any of anybody who comes and watches my streams or hangs out. Like, I freaking love you guys. And I say that to you all the time. And that goes for this person as well. So I'm very, very sorry for the misunderstanding. I fucking love you, dude. And that's that. We can talk later. Okay, so yeah, this peg also fell off this key for the arm, so I'm just gonna let that glue dry on there. Um, Double check on this nose and make sure we got it booped all correctly. You heard StreamYard is good. Yeah, well, so did I apparently, but I fucking got mixed up and had an ADD senior moment and got confused about stuff. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Yeah, I don't think I'd really even know that these were broken. I got a little bit of a slightly new configuration on my bench here. So I'm playing around with that. So what I got, like if you ever watched Adam Savage, shout out to Adam over at Tested. He's got these cool like segmented things that he uses all over his studio. And they're flexible, you can get different camera angles with them. So I got a couple of them and I had to get some parts and stuff to make them work for what I'm doing. But yeah, now I can just like, there's my version right there where everything's right in front of your face. And then I got this one that I can tweak around and get different angles with really quick and easy. I need to tighten it though. It's not being very nice right now. But yeah, so let me see. Jody says there's one called Camos. See, don't get me confused, dude. I'm going to stick with what was originally talked to me about because they're easy to use. And I like easy. I need easy to use, dude. I don't like the OBS software is like fucking stupid, crazy for me. Like I'm not a super tech savvy person. So yeah, uh, you know, that it was my misunderstanding. I take full responsibility for that. And that's that. Now, how anybody could construe something I said as me talking shit about them, like in a serious manner, nah, not going to happen. Like, if I actually have anything bad to say about somebody, I'm going to say it to their fucking face, guaranteed. But I don't have anything negative or bad to say about anybody um, on my channel, especially when it comes down to whatever gear you might be using or something. It's like Jody said earlier, you're going to use whatever works best for you. But in this particular case, dude has some bitchin' gear, and I'm jealous. I'm a little envious. Yeah, I'll poke a little fun, and so, dude's got some nice shit, you know? But rest assured, I was definitely not talking any kind of serious shit. Now, if you're talking about, if you want to talk about talking shit, um, I was recently talking shit about somebody and their gear, and that would be, what the fuck's his name? Sparky Sins, Sparky Sin, or whatever, because that dude's a kook and he fucking lies to people. But he doesn't have anything to do with 3D printing and painting and shit. So I don't know. I think there's some kind of weirdness, some misunderstanding, but hopefully it can get squashed. No big deal. All good. All good in the hood. I freaking love that dude. Love you guys. I'll even poke some love over at Sparky Sins. He's just a kook. He can't help it. All right. So here we are. All right. We touched up the head. Got the body glued back together again. No scratches or nothing on the body. And now we will commence painting stuff on the lower body. And so we need to finish up the strap. I want to darken up the metal on this strap. It's still a little too bright. And I'm going to be using some more panel liner for that. Let's get this guy out of the way. OBS, overcomplicated bullshit. You're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong. I mean, if you're super tech savvy and stuff, like, okay, cool, OBS is probably, maybe good for you, but I'm not. I don't get that shit like some people do. What's up, Bean? How you doing, buddy? No, this the advice I was given was 100% correct. I brained it and mixed up all the other software that was out there, and that's not what I intended. I've got friends that don't know me, life that's disowned me, you concept only, and I've been so over to me. How's everybody doing today? How you guys feeling? What's happening? How was your weekend? I always like to ask. Hope everybody had an awesome weekend. This is where my rock bottom, a short fall from grace, such a tiny state. I can't believe the lies that my mouth spit. I can't believe she stayed. Hold on, I gotta mute real quick. I'm back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. So where were we? Oh, weekend. How was everybody's weekend? What'd you guys do? So for SY StreamYard, you don't have to download anything. It's just a server that. Why is this getting? It's just a server that connects you to whatever platform you want to be on, or multiple ones. Yeah, I'm sure that was explained to me. Question: um, is it real easy to plug a phone in as your camera? Because that's been the big complication for me personally. Is the phone part? I don't want to have to go buy a crazy ass like camera. Like with OBS, it's real simple. You can just plug your phone into your computer and then do it. I'm sure this was explained to me already, but I forget things, which I'm very sorry about. Anybody that if you've told me something and I forgot or mixed it up with something, I apologize. I deal with a lot of information, a lot, and with my ADD, it's hard for me to sometimes articulate all of it accordingly. Oh, so you have to have an app on your phone browser. Okay. Well, I'll have to look more into that then for sure. It's fucking crazy how things can get mixed up or misconstrued. This is one instance where I think it's going to work better if I just do it like this. No, I totally appreciate the input, everyone. 100%. Yeah, I was already pointed in the right direction by another subscriber, and he's 100% correct. I just got mixed up. It's my fault. Not a big deal. Oh, I'm all I know is I'm definitely going to be looking into that now that I am more clear on things. Let's see. Like this is one of those instances where I just feel fucking stupid. Oh, by the way, the color I am using right now is the Vallejo metal color. The come on, camera. That one, dark aluminum. It's also not dark enough for what I'm using, and so I'm putting a panel liner on it. I'm just using Tamiya panel liner on top of it. All right, let me catch up with the chat for a minute. It's just a website. StreamYard's not cheap either. If you use a computer, you need something like OBS or Droid Cam or Camo to turn the phone into a webcam. You just add it to StreamYard. Yeah. I don't know why I took my magnifiers off. Yeah, with so many programs out there, you know, it's pretty easy for me to get confused between all of them. So I got to stick with one and just settle into that. I keep putting this brush away and keep finding more buttons I got to paint. Yeah, this is just one of these things that I just kind of have to laugh at myself about in a way. I'm just fucking, oh my God. It's expensive for the pro version, but it isn't necessary. No, honestly, I'm gonna wind up going with the advice that was originally given to me that I fucking spaced out on, apparently. But even still, I'm not even there yet because I can't decide whether or not I want to buy a new camera or not. I used to do professional photography. I used to shoot weddings and baby showers and shit like that. I don't haven't done that in years. Um, so I've kind of been wanting a new camera anyways. And with me starting back to work in September, it's kind of like, you know, do I don't even know what my live streaming time capabilities are going to be like when I go back to work. All I know is it's going to be quite a bit different, unfortunately, than it is now. It's not like I can just start live streaming at 2 o'clock every day when I go back to work, which makes me sad. But it is what it is. But I don't want to go fucking back to work. Don't get me wrong, guys. I love my job. Absolutely love my job. But I love this work more. Like if I could make my living um, making dolls, then that's what I would do. Sorry about that. But alas, YouTube does not pay me enough to make dolls. So here we are. Shit, come to think of it, YouTube doesn't pay me shit. I don't nothing. So that being said, if you want to help me make dolls for a living, that would be awesome. You can just click that like button, hit the subscribe button. Every one of it helps my channel. And while you're at it, while you're out there surfing the web, definitely cruise over and check out Trek Mods. Jody does some amazing Star Trek models. Um, so Trek Mods, Gambit Neo, of course. If you're also, uh, into other painted stuff, Gambit and I do. We do the same thing, but completely different. He does a lot of like Dragon Ball Z. If you're into that, very cool stuff. Um, and we have different painting styles, but also an awesome channel. Highly recommend checking them out. Hobby Time Modelers, go check those guys out. That's where you can find Jody over at Trek Mods, uh, painting his soul away. Dude, if you're into Star Trek ships and stuff like that, Jody does some really cool scratch built kitsch bashing, like all kinds of cool stuff. And he's over at Hobby Time Modelers, and those guys do live streams almost every day of the week. And including tonight is Woody Wednesdays, where I think they're doing a Woody Wednesday tonight. Maybe is that not happening tonight, Jody? I don't think I got a notification about it. Jody clicks the like button twice, then the one be. Good on you, man. That's how we do it. But yeah, let's all help each other out. We're all trying to grow our channels. Big love to everybody out there. If you're into skateboarding like I am, go check out Chad Caruso. He's the illustrious Chad Caruso, who just finished skateboarding across America, which is amazing. Like, I'm sure most of you guys caught me streaming his stream while I was streaming, because everybody in the chat was just such awesome people. It's just such a cool community. Um, yeah, and then also the Bean 3D. You guys got to go check out the Bean. His channel's amazing as well. Dude does some awesome work. I'm really looking forward to seeing his Bumblebee that he's printing out right now. Huge Bumblebee. So I'm excited to see that one. If you don't know Bumblebee, and I'm not talking about Bumblebee, I'm talking about Transformers Bumblebee. That's what he's printing out. Massive model. I bought the file and downloaded it and loaded it up on my printer just to see like what that was all about, and it's fucking massive. It's huge. I believe Brent over at Ground Affected. Shout out to Ground Affected as well. I believe Brent did that one, and it's huge. It's such a big model, very imposing. I would love to do it, but we got other people out there doing it, and I'm not doing any big giant models until I finish with Obi-Wan Kenobi Rides Boga, which is not going to be done for a while. That's actually the plan, Jody. Originally Obi-Wan Kenobi, I wanted to get it done before our county fair, and I just realized like that's not fucking happening. And then my wife was like, "Why don't instead of bringing it to the fair, why don't you just bring it to Wonderfest when we go?" And I was like, "That." So yeah, that was my wife's idea. Um, I was like, That's a fucking great idea." So I think that's what I'll bring. I'm just putting a few chips in the belt here to bring some battle scars to that. Just using a little piece of sea sponge I just tore off. I think that looks good. And now with the panel liner, muck things up a little bit. Yeah, I'm still working on the scales. I need to do so much more work on that model. But now that I've done a couple of proper lightsabers and stuff on my models, I'm really excited to get back to it. It's one of those things I'm realizing, like, I'm just gonna have to work on this while I'm upstairs in my office to satisfy myself with that. It's too fucking boring watching the watching me make scales. You know, like most of that model, I'm going to be a lot of that model prep because I'm still in the preparation stages. Um, I'm just going to do that off camera. I don't want to bore you guys with that shit. But when it's time to finally sit down and paint Boga, then I'll definitely be back on camera with it. She's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, you're doing the clear tomorrow. Awesome. Gambit's getting his new Anycubic M7 Max tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. I mean, some of you guys might enjoy watching model prep for hours on end, and you guys are really fucking weird. But I would think most people don't want to watch that shit. I've hours upon hours of making scales. The more I worked on it, the more I didn't like the way they did the scales on Boga. She's so big that you can actually see the polygons on it. And as I was filling gaps and stuff, like my my scales looked better, you know, than the polygons. And I realized, like, shit, by the time I'm satisfied with this, I'm gonna have the entire critter rescaled with new scales, and it's looking more and more like that's gonna be the case. So her whole body, the main part of her body, anyways, is gonna be covered in green stuff. Okay. Now I need a dark gray. So, like all the photo references I've been looking at for this model, the tears that you see here in it's like the tears or the scrapes in the paint have kind of like a grayish like outline to them. Hard to explain. Whatever. Friday, 10:15. I'll call you back at 4 o'clock when I'm done with my live stream. I don't. I can't. Here's something I can't decide. Do I want to paint these like weird seams in red, or do I want to keep these black? That's one part of the costume that, with all the photo references and everything I've looked at, I can't find anything really showing that detail. In fact, I'm going to go back and look at a couple photo references real quick here. And it only exists on the lower body. Or do they? No, they're black. Ask your heart. What does your heart say, Ron? What do you really feel inside? Search your feelings. They're pretty much black on all the picture references. I just feel like it's too easy. Like, is it really going to be that easy? I don't feel like anything's supposed to be that easy. It never is. I'm just going to keep going. And if I feel like it needs a change, then I'll fucking change it. Sometimes easy is the right answer, or less is more. That's another way to put it. Sometimes less is more. Oof, lots of buckles and fun little details on this piece. Yeah, super fun, tiny things to paint. Time for good times. I need to just buy a new pair of these things. The ones I own are a little uncomfortable. I have another pair, but I don't like them. All right, so what everybody do for dinner? What are you having for dinner? I know a few of my viewers are all the way over on the across the pond. One of my viewers is in Canada, at least one. In this case today, I actually know what I'm making for dinner for my wife and I. Sometimes I don't know though, and I get ideas from you guys. Homemade hamburger helper with bow tie pasta. That sounds good. Actually, I wish my wife didn't hate hamburger helper. Where I'm cool with like some old school comfort food, she's like, I'm never eating that again if I can help it. So I typically don't feed it to her or try. She freaks out when I get manwich kicks when I want sloppy joes, you know. I think she just hates to admit that she actually likes it. I don't know. Homemade hamburgers, nice. Those are the best. Yeah, I had a really nice pasta. I've got pasta I can make too. I've got like a 4 cheese tortellini I could make with some chicken. Do up some grilled chicken real quick and then do the tortellinis with some pesto. Feel like my phone isn't focusing very well, is it? Better. So I did a thing. Um, some of y'all know I like to play guitar. Uh, I mostly play acoustic guitar. I also play mandolin, little bit of banjo. I play violin really, really badly. Um, but for a good half of my lifetime, so years ago, I saw this guy. Years ago, I saw this guy named Michael Hedges. He's an acoustic guitar guy, virtuoso, acoustic guitar virtuoso. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He's no longer with us. He passed away in a car accident uh, quite a few moons ago. And I was fortunate enough to see him in concert. I think it was like 2 days before he died. He played in my little city here. Anyhow, Michael introduced me to this instrument that he played called a harp guitar. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. Um, but I've always wanted one. My style of playing, I'm kind of a finger picker, pretty busy player. And I've always felt like, wow, this is the instrument for me. I got to try this thing out. I really want one. And they make them all different styles. They have harp guitars that have like a zither, like a real high end tenor string attached to it. Um, some of these harp guitars have like 20 strings. They're There's a lot you can do with them. And for me, being a noodler, um, I've always been really interested in one. I thought that I've never even had an opportunity to play one. I thought it'd be really cool to own one someday. And yeah, Jody knows what they are. Um, so I've always wanted one. From my understanding, as far as history goes, it's an acoustic instrument that was developed in the United States back in the uh, late 1800s to early 1900s. I know one of the earlier makers was a guy by the name of Knutson, Knutsen, and in fact, Michael Hedges owned one of his guitars. It's what he played in his concerts a lot. I mean, just absolutely astoundingly beautiful instruments, and also not cheap. All these years I've been looking at them, on the low end, you would see them for uh, 5,000, upwards of $20,000. I've seen certain models go for. They're not cheap for a really good one, especially if you're getting into like a vintage. Like if you're looking at a Knutson, 1920s, 1910, you're probably going to spend $15,000-$20,000 for something like that. Well, I looked them up on Amazon recently, just for shits and giggles, like, because you can get everything on Amazon. You can find just about anything on fucking Amazon. I just randomly decided to do a search for harp guitar on Amazon, and lo and behold, a harp guitar popped up. I'm not gonna say how much they are. You can just go on Amazon and look it up. But it was at such a reasonable cost that it took me about two YouTube searches and some serious inward thinking to realize that I really need to fucking order this thing because I really want to play one. I at least want to check it out and see if I like it, see if it's a decent quality and whatnot. So I ordered it. It'll be here on the 26th. And mind you, this is like a dream instrument for me. I mean, this is for me. This is an instrument that's been on my bucket list. It's one of those things like someday I'm gonna own one of those. It's kind of like the Lamborghini of guitars for me. And for the price, I couldn't walk away from it. And I figure, if it's poor quality or if it sucks, whatever, if it's not good, uh, I can return it because Amazon is awesome like that. Uh, I also have a friend who's a pretty serious luthier, and if I need to do anything or modify it, if I choose to keep it, I can hit him up, and he'll take care of me. So I'm extremely excited to get this thing. Not only does it have a harp part to it, but it also has a zither attached to it. So it's got, I think it's an 8 string harp, either 6 or an 8 string harp, and then a standard 6 string guitar. And then on the guitar body is, I think it's an 8 or 10 string zither. So real high end notes. Um, you really just have to hear them to comprehend what they're capable of doing, the sounds they're making. And I can't wait to get my hands on this thing. Really, really excited about it. Oh, I've seen the didgeridoo. Yeah, in fact, that came up today in my search for this instrument, and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" I checked it out, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" I love instruments that have like a low droning low end. It's one thing I've always loved about the harp guitar is you use the harp parts for like the low bass droning notes, you know. At least that's what I would use it for the most part. I honestly don't know what the hell I'm going to do with it until I get it in my hands. I have some ideas based on how I already play. Um, I think I'm going to have a lot of fun composing new pieces on it. Gonna have a lot of fun with it. I'll definitely uh I'll definitely bring it down to the studio and show you guys this monster when I get my hands on it. The reviews were kind of mixed. One guy even had one show up broken, but again, it's Amazon, if something comes broken, you just return it. But for the price, I mean, good God, I was like, this can't be real. And it's real. It's like, holy shit. And the slapstick, okay. Slapstick. That sounds like something that Les Claypool from Primus plays. Forget what he calls it though. Oh, a whamola. You've never heard of a whamola, Jody? Check that out. Whamola. Guy from Primus plays one. One of my favorite bands of all time. I've always been a huge Primus fan. That's looking pretty cool. Yeah, that sounds like a Whamola. Maybe it's the same guy. Andy Graham. Yeah, I don't know. Claypool knows so many people. Like, who knows? The thing Claypool plays all the time is he refers to it as a Whamola. We could be talking about the same instrument, though. So wait, Jody, you were saying totally off topic here. You were saying you're on Wednesdays now, so they're not doing Woody Wednesdays anymore, or is that just separate thing now? Small version of the Whamola called a Doing Doing. I like it. Okay, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Doing Doing. I like it. I love it. Oh, I gotta take these magnifiers off for a minute. Buck is not part of HTM anymore. What happened? Was there some riff-raffery going on? None of my business, but all right, Bean. Thanks so much for coming by, dude. Love you, man. Send the family our love. Love you guys. Yeah, thanks for stopping by and hanging out as always, man. Looking forward to seeing your Bumblebee, dude. You guys have a good night out there, man. I got about another 45 minutes. Yeah, Jody, if you're going to be doing more like late night builds, when I go back to work, maybe I'll join you. That may be the only way I'm able to live stream in the future here. I probably won't be getting off work till, I don't know, depends on the day, but like 2, 3, 4 o'clock usually Pacific time. But I also, of course, I don't want to take away from anything you're doing. We do two completely different things. So it'd have to be kind of a, maybe just like a specialty stream or something. So basically, I want to get all of these metal elements done and then start getting, dirtying these up with the panel liner and some Nuln oil. Because even though it's dark aluminum, it's still too bright of a metallic. And I'm going for kind of a beat up look on his outfit here. Yeah, we'll figure something out. That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know when my harp guitar is going to come in next Friday, but I'll definitely be showing that to you guys when I get it. I figured I owed it to myself. I just spent what would be to me an, an exorbitant amount of money on a brand new bed for my wife and I. We've been on the same bed for 10 fucking years. And it's one of those foam mattresses, and I fucking hate it. My wife and I both hate it. It's just worn out, shitty. It's gross. And it doesn't give me any support that I need for my neck and shoulders and shit. So, yeah, I dropped I didn't realize fucking beds, like a good bed, I didn't realize how fucking expensive they are. But we got a nice, like, adjustable bed too. So, so we can sit up in bed and shit, it's a remote control, all that. So I figured, you know, my wife can't say shit if I get myself a little harp guitar. At least I'm not spending $5,000 on one. That's the way I see it. Anyways, she probably doesn't see it that way, but tough shit. I think for these buckles, I actually might just make a really watered down wash instead of using the panel liner to get that wash over it. But I want them dark, but I also want them to be metallic. So, on Buck not being part of Hobby Time Modelers, you're talking about Buckman's, I think it's Buckman's Models or something. Am I right? I don't think I'm subscribed to him. I just remembered from you guys' live streams. He left. That doesn't sound like good left. I mean, did he give a reason why? Now I'm intrigued. Oh, I'm not. Enough said, Jody. Enough said. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Come on, don't do us like that. Deberline. Oh, what's up, dude? Yeah, I remember you, man. That's awesome, dude. Thanks for stopping by, man. How you feeling? That's cool. Yeah, I'll probably be back on again later playing some more Ark, trying to collect all the new bits for the stupid thing. Yep, living the dream. That's what they say. That's what they say. So this is the Daredevil I'm working on currently. I want to take a step back real quick and kind of look it over, make sure I'm happy with the direction this is going with all the metal bits I've just put together. So we'll stand that back. So I'm going for as close to movie accurate or TV show accurate, I should say, from the Disney series, the newest series. And so this is a model by a company called Sanix, and they made it so you can light up the base and everything, which I did include lights. That's what that looks like. Pretty sweet so far. Oh wow, I'm actually really digging the way the red light is reflecting up on his legs. That's a bonus feature. And so here we are. I got to darken up all these little silver bits here on the buckles because they're just too clean looking. Got some scrapage on his shoulder pad there. Need to highlight that line. Every once in a while, I just got to put it back together and make sure I'm enjoying the direction that it's going in. This is not a commission piece. This is a piece I'm just doing for the channel, doing for myself. It will be for sale for anyone who wants to purchase this model. I haven't decided on a price yet. You're welcome to drop an offer, and I'll see if I think that's fair. I'll ship anywhere in the United States and include that in the price. But we can figure that out later. if anybody's interested. But yeah, Sanix 3D, Daredevil. And after this one is over, I'm going to be starting on Elektra, also by Sanix. So their bases are going to be similar with the lighting, and but it's going to be Elektra from the Daredevil series on Disney, and not Daredevil that what's her face played in the Ben Affleck version of Daredevil, which is fucking terrible. At least he did a decent Batman, you know. I wonder if Ben Affleck regrets doing that Daredevil as much as Ryan Reynolds regrets doing Green Lantern. Jennifer Garner, thank you. I couldn't think of her name. Appreciate it. Um, I'm still cracking up, Jody. I wouldn't worry about it. I'm pretty sure you know I wasn't. I'm just a curious little kitten. You know me. So how are you feeling, Deborah Lyon? What's happening, dude? Taking a break from Arc Raiders for a minute? You rage quit for the day? Oh no. Got tore up by a bastion. No, I get it, Trek. I totally get it, man. I'm just giving you shit, bro. If it's something you can't talk about, openly, then obviously there's something there, that wouldn't be fair to the parties that be to share publicly online. Completely understand. You can email me if you want, if you care to share later or something. So this is just some alcohol, 92% IPA, and I use that to clean my brushes off every once in a while, because when you're painting, you start getting paint buildup on your brush. So you see a lot of miniature painters and stuff are always soaking their brushes in alcohol to get that paint off. And that's what I like to do, especially when I'm working with metallics for a little while. Give it a little swipe through some alcohol to get that paint out of there. I don't know why my camera isn't focusing that well. It's probably this. No, no. I wonder if my autofocus is fucked up. I feel like my phone isn't really adjusting at all. Are you guys seeing my autofocus like kick in at all? Like that's staying blurry when I get close, and it shouldn't do that. I'm gonna have to check my camera settings. That's not good. Yeah, Deborah Line, I I don't know about you. I'm always doing supply run grinds and stuff, and so I'm on Spaceport a lot, and I know where all the bastions spawn. And if I'm gonna go after a bastion or anything, I'm always bringing a hole cracker with me. Um, a hole cracker, or, something that I can take it out with pretty quickly. And I have a couple of like really specific spots that I'll only fight them in, because I have plenty of cover. Now let's see about mixing up a wash actually here. Got some black paint. It's drying out a bit. I want this really thin. One thing I've learned is that, like, if you're making a wash, you can use like these little plastic cups or any kind of like transparent plastic and just give it a swipe on the plastic and see how it moves on there. And it's a really good way to check transparency with your wash. If you're going for transparent. Yeah, there we go. I like that. That's actually applying much better than the panel liner would have. And this is just helping dull out these metal bits. Daredevil's been through some battles. He's been through some shit. I want him to look like he's been through some shit. Just kind of pushing that paint around, find the little spots where I want it to lay. Oh yeah, Jody, what time is your live stream at? Wanted to make sure I caught that today. You run Dam all the time? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm a spaceport junkie, man. That's like my favorite map on the game. There's like a little bit of everything on that map, especially supplies for all the stuff that I use. My main is the Bettina, so I know I'm always going to get plenty of springs. Real easy on there. Chemicals, all the shit I need to make ammunition. That kind of shit. Yeah, dude, I'm stoked you cruised by the channel, though. That's cool, man. Welcome, welcome. 9 p.m. Eastern, so 6 o'clock here. So you'll be on at 6. Yeah, I should be able to get in, dude. Should have dinner made by then for the wife and I. I just don't want these metal scrapes to be as stark as they are. It's bright. So I'm just dulling everything down a little bit. All right. Now I'm ready for some panel liner. Zap this with my stolen hair dryer that I stole from my wife that she will never get back again. She doesn't like it anymore anyways because I got paint all over it. I think it gives it character, but she doesn't agree. And that's okay with me. She's already bought a new hair dryer. She likes it better than she liked this one. So she made sure to tell me that. So I'm adding panel liner wash now to these pads to give them a different kind of sheen that sets them from the matte, flat black of the rest of the costume. You know, I want the pads to be a little bit shiny because they're like a plastic or a metal, you know. Yeah, the panel liner wash is really good for that on flat paint, I have found. If you ever try panel liner wash on like a really flat paint, you'll notice the flat really soaks it up, but at the same time, it gives it kind of like an oily. I don't know if oily is the right word. It just adds a little bit of a sheen to it, like a different texture. And for this particular application, I think it's looking cool. And you know, if you don't want to do it like that, if you're doing the same models at some point, paint it any way you like. I didn't even have to paint this with the black and red. That's just how it kind of just occurred to me. Like, oh, you know, it'd be kind of fun to do the Born Again version of Daredevil because, like, you know, the very first episode in the Born Again season, his suit's totally black, and as he gets in more and more battles and stuff, the paint starts to scrape off, and it's exposing the red suit underneath. So in the last episode, you know, his suit's almost completely red. Pretty cool. I really like the way they did the show. And this won't be so shiny when it dries either. It'll dull back a bit, especially once I put a clear coat on everything too. Dry that out a little bit. You can already see how the sheen isn't, it's not as shiny now that the blow dryer is hitting it. So I'll take this opportunity once again. If you guys like what I'm doing, please feel free to hit that like button. It really does help my channel. It helps all of our channels. We're all trying to grow here in this community. And definitely hit the subscribe and uh, click on that bell notification so you know when I'm going live. Also, we've got uh, Gambit Neo in the chat, does some amazing work. Go check out Gambit Neo's channel. You can watch him paint. He's doing some really cool projects right now. And then, of course, if you like Star Trek, you know, some scratch built spaceships and stuff like that, definitely go see Trek Mods. Dude's channel is awesome. He does some really crazy kit bashing with like Star Trek ships and even scratch built stuff. I don't know how he does it. It's not what I do, but it's super entertaining to watch because it's not what I do, and it's fucking. Obviously it renders me speechless. But yeah, go check it out. Trek Mods. And who else we got out there? Oh yeah, big shout out to Chad Caruso. If you like skateboarding like I do, go check out Chad Caruso's channel. He's the guy who just completed a skate across America for charity. So big shout out to Chad and Danny over there and everybody else in the chat in the Legion fam as we call them. And I think that's all I got for plugs right now. Oh yeah, check out the Bean 3D. That dude does some great work as well. I have so many good friends and subscribers on my channel, and they all have fantastic channels. And I just love to share with you guys. Oh, Hobby Time Modelers. I got to give them a shout out as well. Hobby Time Modelers. You can find Jody on there from Trek Mods, and a whole bunch of other guys that do really cool stuff. So please check them out. Big shout out to Kenny over at Hobby Link International. Thank you, Kenny. I love you, buddy. Um, really looking. Kenny's in the process of fixing his studio right now. He's like redoing his entire garage studio. Um, like I'm living vicariously through that guy. I would love to upgrade my studio the way Kenny's doing his right now. Um, and if I think about anybody else, and I apologize if I'm forgetting anybody, I'm so sorry about that. If you're listening or watching, feel free to drop a comment in and plug your channel. I'm give yourself a shameless plug. I won't fault you for it at all. Uh, so yeah, thank you guys for putting out such awesome content and hanging out with me on my channel. Well, I try to push out awesome content. I keep taking my magnifier glasses off, and I shouldn't do that. They're just ungodly uncomfortable. Um, but I need them because I can't see shit up close. My channel is NSFW, or not safe for work, in the sense that I do cuss. I tend to speak freely, and I like all of my subscribers. I want you guys to speak freely as well. So don't hold back. The only thing I don't tolerate on my channel are racist piece of shit douchebags. So if you're one of those guys, don't come around. I will block your ass instantly with a smile at that, and you can go be a piece of shit somewhere else. But other than that, I won't censor comments ever. I will not ever censor anybody's comments, positive or negative. If you say something stupid, that's on you, and you'll be dealt with accordingly. But yeah, racism won't tolerate it. Not one fucking bit. I welcome everybody in the world to my channel and in my chat. I'm not one of those guys that'll tell you, "Oh, I don't see color." No, I absolutely see color. I see all colors, and they are beautiful. I love human beings. I tell you guys that every time I'm on my live streams. I always end my live streams with, letting everybody know I love you guys. Just don't be a dick. It's pretty simple. Just don't be a dick. That's all. Murderously tiny little buckles. Thanks, Sanix. Joking aside, I absolutely love what I've been seeing from Sanix. Don't get me wrong, not all their models. I'm not into every single thing they do. I think that goes for every 3D, uh, you know, maker out there, 3D file maker. But they do some fantastic work. It's good stuff. Apparently, I am not too kind, Jody. So I've been told. Ugh. All right, now. If anything, I kind of feel like this collar should be red. But I'm gonna leave it. It's like in the show, he basically just takes cans of spray paint and just fucking paints over everything, like, kind of haphazardly. He wasn't trying to pay attention to detail really. He made sure that the DD was in red though, so I am gonna do that. In fact, let's mix up some paint for the DD. Um, Question is, what paint? What paint do I want to use? And keep in mind, if you're painting red on black, it doesn't work out very well usually. You need to brighten it up a little bit first. So we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna change camera angles here. Oh, oops. Go. This is my other rig that I have, so I can show you guys like close up stuff when it's in front of me. Um, and it doesn't even have to be white, that you want to lay down first. You can put, just a lighter color, like a light gray works fine. I think that's and a light gray is just like that's the first paint that I grabbed. Is there anything left in this thing? Yeah. Okay. This is just like a cheap airbrush paint. You're too kind, Jody. You're too kind. Oh, seriously, man, I freaking love you guys. When I remember when I first started like getting into YouTube, like you and Gambit, like all the guys over at Hobby Time Modelers were always so kind to me and like gave me lots of good pointers, about getting started with YouTube. And you guys helped me get some new subscribers, and like, you guys were always just great, man. It's the least I could do to pump your channel up as much as I can. I mean, my viewership's pretty meager, but I love it nonetheless. All right. So, Deborline, are you going to be back on? You going to be back on the Arc Raiders later? I'll be down to play some duos. My only thing is I don't shoot other Raiders. Maybe we talked about that. Unless they shoot me first, then I'll fucking shoot you. So again, I'm just using a light gray to go over this lettering here, and then we'll paint red over the top of that. And this just allows the red paint to go down over the black better. You can use white, you can use like a light or a dark gray, just anything but black for the red to go down on is what you want to use. Black tends to be very absorbent of red and other colors. Oh, maybe we lost Deborah line there. Oh, you're still on Cammy. Nice. Little painting off camera there. I was talking about uh Deberline, the guy I met on Arc Raiders earlier today. Kind of casually mentioned that I had the live stream. He was like, "Oh, what do you do?" And told him to come check it out if he wanted to, and he was kind enough to do so. It's always cool. I think I was pretty sure to tell him too. Like it's really boring shit if it's not something you're into. But he mentioned his son or somebody, uh, somebody on his family. I think he said was autistic, and he wants to paint cars. Like from the movie Cars. Your nephew. Oh, you're still here. Okay. I'll tell you what, man. You you said your nephew's autistic. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll make a little deal with you. Since your son or your nephew, sorry, nephew's autistic and he likes cars, let's keep in touch. I'm gonna try and find some files that have some cool model cars. What's his favorite car in the show in the movie? There's Lightning McQueen. There's oh, what's his name? Tow Mater. Those are like the only two I really remember. But if he's got a favorite, yeah, feel free to ask him. Hit me up. But I will find a file and I'll go ahead and 3D print it and do all the prep work. And I will mail it to you for free to give to him so he can paint it. Just for you, just for him. Oh, you're very welcome, dude. Happy to do it. Uh, Kids with autism, man, they got to have an outlet, especially when it's creative. And I'm a big proponent of supporting autism awareness and everything that goes in with that. If there's any way I can help out, I'm happy to do that. I'm assuming you guys are here in the United States. Shipping outside the United States is insane because our post office sucks and tariffs are fucking nuts right now. But yeah, I would love to do that for you guys. It's funny, for years, one of my friends, well, he's an acquaintance. He he was always a very interesting character. He still is to this day. But back in the day, we didn't know what autism was. It wasn't really a thing. Going back and looking at it, we all realize now, like, oh, Rodney's autistic, and he admits it, like freely. Um, and you guys might know him as one of the world's greatest skateboarders, Rodney Mullen. Oh, thanks, Jody. I don't want any glory or anything for that. I just anything that can help support art, you know, especially for kids with autism. They need to have those outlets. They have to have that kind of interaction with the physical world around them, and doing artwork is a really good way for them to channel themselves and be creative and enjoy the world around them more than they already do. I'm always happy to help. That kind of stuff is priceless. Like, I'm big supporter of that. So if I can give a kid a model to paint and enjoy some time with his hobby and play around with some colors, I'm all about it. Oh, oh, my gray paint is getting caked on my brush here. Yeah, Mullen. Yeah, Rodney's a good old acquaintance of mine. I can't say I know him really well, but we're on a first name basis. We see each other. I haven't seen Rodney in years. He used to live in Ojai years ago, a little town close by me, and he moved. I don't know where he moved to, but I used to see him around a lot. And then growing up, we'd run into each other at skate functions and stuff like that. I'm, not really too into the. I mean, I'm into the skateboard world now. Still, of course, I'm just not that involved with it like I used to be growing up, doing events. Like the last event I did, I wasn't even, you know, part of it, and that was the Jackalope festival we had here in town, which went off great. It was great seeing. I hadn't seen Steve Caballero in years. Took him a second. I think it took both of us a second to even recognize each other. It was funny. I mean, I was just kind of like a little grommet. Those guys are a little older than me. Lance Mountain just had and happy birthday and a big shout out to Lance Mountain. I think Lance just turned 62, if I remember right. I think Tony Hawk just had a birthday too on May 9th. Big shout out to Tony. Happy birthday, my dude. All right, so we got our dark gray down and we're ready to put our red. I think that looks pretty clean. Looking good. Happy with that. And now we just need to find a red. Yep. Toss this cup. So this is a wet palette. And what you got inside here is a little, it's like a flat sponge. And you have like this parchment paper, really any kind of paper. I think it's just parchment paper is what they use. This one's made by the Army Painter. And it's cool. It's got a double-sided lid, so you can put your paintbrushes and stuff in there. You can use this as like a dry palette. But inside, you've got this little sponge, little floppy sponge. And you put water on it. And depending on how much water you put in there, you know, it blends in with the, I don't really have another way to put it. It blends in with the parchment paper and gets the parchment paper damp. And you put your paint on that, and it really helps stretch your paints. You can get these on Amazon for about, I think I paid like $35 or something for this one, but it came with like uh, two uh, two packs of the parchment paper and two extra sponges. It's a great set. I highly recommend them, but they're nice because you can. I don't know if this is the paint I want to use. But you can use them to blend. So you know, if you put another drop of paint here, you can take your paint, kind of drag it out. You can also add a little drop of water on there. And it's just a really good way to kind of get your paint into a position where it's got the right consistency and flow to it. I don't really know how to explain it better than that. You just play around with it and you get a feel for it. You can even make these yourself. You know, you don't have to buy a $30 thing. Um, don't ask me how you would make one because I never have. I just bought one. That's what I did. But yeah, oh, Deborah Line's in Michigan. Sorry, I missed that. He can name every single car. That's awesome. I bet. So Michigan, very cool. So it'd probably take like 3 to 5 days to ship a little package out for you. Happy to do that. The only thing I ask is that you send pictures in so I can make a short or something, and we can brag about how awesome of a job your nephew did on his car that I sent him. I think that'd be cool. And I'll make it kid safe, of course, so he can see the short and see his work on the YouTube. Of course, if he's okay with that, you know, if he has um, if he has any quirks about, you know, seeing something he did on TV or whatever, you know, we'll work it out. He could also just keep it for himself. He doesn't have to show it to anybody if he doesn't want to. Whatever he wants to do with it. It's gonna be his car. Um, but yeah, if you wanna email me the information, well, you can also add me on Xbox and just send me a message there, or you can just email me at the 3D Painter 73 at gmail.com, and we'll work out which car he wants, and I'll get that printed up and sent out to you guys. When they come, they're not already painted, of course. It's just basically a big gray lump. But then you get to bring it to life, and just for fun too, I'll do all the prep work, all and any sanding and stuff it needs. I'll go ahead and take care of that for him. That way, he can just sit down and start painting when he gets it, because there is a lot of prep work involved with these models. Lots of sanding and stuff, and I want it to be as easy on him as possible. He can just sit down and start painting. So I'll take care of the prep work for him. He doesn't have to worry about any of that. Just sit down with some cool paints and go to town. Oh, and you know what? Now I'm thinking about it too. Find out if he has paintbrushes and all. I'm assuming he does, but if he needs any paintbrushes or anything, I'm happy to send him some of those too. I have no shortage of paintbrushes. Sorry, I'll catch up with the chat in a minute here. I'm just concentrating on this real quick. I'm already feeling like the Daredevil's a little too dark red, so I'll probably just end up going over this with a brighter red. Just use this as a base coat. This is a speed paint by Army Painter, and it goes on pretty thin already, but it's a little too purpley and bright. I want more of a red on here. Jody, what were you saying? Yours is tomorrow? Wait, no, Friday? What did I miss? I'm sorry. All right, Deborline. Yeah, definitely keep in touch, man. Thanks so much for stopping by, dude. Totally appreciate you. I'm sure I'll see you on Arc Raiders again too, man. Yeah, don't forget to add me up, and we'll go do some raids. Thank you very much again. You guys have a good night out there, man. Cheers. Much love to you and yours. Yeah, Daredevil's just too dark. I want it to stand out more. Are you out too, Gambit? Or just saying see ya? I know it's getting late for you, buddy. All right, let's find a brighter red. I think I know what I want to use. This is Inferno Red. Yeah. You always got to love like reds and blues. You almost never have to really mix the paint too much because it's a primary color. Yeah, that's much better red. Ah, that looks good. That's the exact red I was looking for. All right, so what's everybody working on right now? I know Gambit's working on Cammy. Jody's working on whatever the name of that ship is that Jody's working on. Um, leave your comments in the chat. I want everybody to share what they're working on. I think that would be pretty cool. Dude, I'm really digging this armature that I'm using now. It's so much faster to move angles with the gooseneck, than it is for the other one that I had where I had to manually adjust everything, which was now, don't get me wrong, this is an amazing armature. I love having this on my desk for filming. But for doing quick stuff, when I need to get a new angle really quick, gooseneck is the bee's knees. But yeah, what's everybody working on? What do we think of Daredevil here so far? Yeah, it's working on going to bed. Oh, funny you should mention that, Jody. Mine's in my left hand too. Yeah, I'm digging the way the lettering turned out. And then it's too glossy though. That's my only issue with it. So I'm gonna put a layer of flat varnish on top of the lettering, I think. Dull it down. It's too shiny for me. I want it to be a little more flat. All right, Gambit. Have a good night, dude. I'll chat at you tomorrow morning, probably, man. After I get up and get moving. Yeah, it's already 4:20 over here. Yeah, I look forward to chatting at you tomorrow, man. We got some stuff to talk about, figure out. So I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to start doing some mild dry brushing around some of these details, just some really light dry brushing along the wrinkles, highlight these areas, and then just doing a little cleanup here and there. Um, Ready to start painting these bags. This is his holster thing. Get these painted up, dry brushed. Gonna have to do his gloves, which are full fingered, so no skin on the gloves. This should be pretty easy. And his gauntlets here. But yeah, getting close to the finish line on this guy. I just like to work my way from the bottom up. So I know what you're going to say, Jody. Um, but yeah, not a hell of a lot left to get going on this guy to call him done. I'm still on the fence about these details, but I may change my mind after I get it dry brushed and everything, because those will pick up a lot of detail once the dry brush hits it. The lettering is definitely too shiny. That's got to be dulled down. I don't like that. Details, details, my friends, details. I think he's going to look really cool standing next to Elektra. And then after Elektra, the plan is to do John Bernthal's version of the Punisher, um, which is going to be really cool. I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with John. I'd like to give him the Punisher model I'm gonna do. We're practically neighbors. He doesn't live too far from me, so I could drop it by his house. We'll have to see what happens. I'll have to reach out to him on Instagram or something. But yeah, well, I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up now, guys. Definitely appreciate everybody stopping by. Um, Stay tuned for more. We're going to be live streaming tomorrow and Friday as far as plans go. I got to see. And other than that, thank you everyone for stopping by and hanging out today. I freaking love you guys. Happy 3D printing, happy painting, happy kit bashing, and everything else you guys do in this fantastic, crazy hobby of ours. And by all means, have a nice day. I'll look forward to seeing Jody on his live stream. Don't forget to go check out Trek Mods. He's going to be streaming here in about an hour and a half. So, um, what did he say? 10 p.m. Eastern? Is that right? 9 p.m. Eastern time. So I got to hurry up and make dinner and get my wife taken care of so I can go catch Jody over at Trek Mods. So if you guys have time, go show Jody some love over at Trek Mods. Yeah, 9 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, so about an hour and a half. Trek Mods is going to be live streaming. He's working on some really cool stuff. I love watching him work, and he's fun and funny to hang out with too. So if you got time, go check out Trek Mods and see what he's doing. If you're into Star Trek, you're going to love it. And other than that, you guys all have a great night, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And that all being said, toodles. Cheers. Love you guys.